Okay, let's go.
Well, hi, friends of the Coachella Valley. Jose here from the New Mindset. So I'm sitting here with the creator of Group Tekka, which is a DJ collective here in the Coachella Valley. She'll explain us more of what that is. She's also a dear friend to the New Mindset, a dear friend personally of myself, Miss Annie Flores. Welcome back.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, Annie, since the last time we saw you, everything changed.
It has. It's been wild.
The last time we saw you here was in October.
Yeah.
And so much has happened to you.
That's 6 months ago.
Is it?
I think
We're almost
so.
6 months from Halloween, so you might be right. Ish.
Maybe more than 6 months.
But you know what? From that point to today, we've all grown.
Yeah, for sure.
What did you do after that?
Let's see, since I've been here, I went to Germany. I was in Germany for 3 weeks.
Wow.
Let's see, I've had some... I released my EP in December.
No way.
So 2 months after I last saw you.
I haven't heard it. Oh, that's not good.
It's a bit of a like an underground techno sound, so that's probably maybe why you haven't heard it.
But I saw that you went and you played in Europe.
I was in Germany, yeah.
How was that tour?
I'm
calling it a tour. I don't know if you were at one spot or various. I
was DJing at one spot basically on one night. So
how was that?
It was cool.
Oh man.
Yeah, I love DJing. I mean, that was my second time, or I believe second time in Germany at the A.K.A. So
okay.
Same place.
What city? What is that? The city that it's called?
It's in Berlin. The A.K.A.
You were in Berlin.
Is
okay.
the name of the venue, which means the White Rabbit.
Wow, that sounds so.
Yeah.
The Matrix and stuff.
Right?
It's giving me Matrix vibes.
So yeah, it was very cool. I got to play like underground techno, kind of like raw techno and peak time techno and.
So, at what point did you come back and tell me a little bit of Group Tekka and what that is and like when did that start for you?
Yeah, so Group Tekka is a DJ collective that I started. I came up with the name Group Tekka in 2020.
Okay.
So it kind of came up. That's when I kind of created it, and I had another collective with a DJ named Sugar Free.
Oh yes.
You know Sugar Free. So
yes,
we had
course.
a collective that we started together. That was called Concept with a K.
Mm-hmm.
And we would do events and collab. I guess we would bring another DJ. So that's kind of how it started. And then she kind of went in her own direction and created her own collective called Lunatech. And then we had one last event where I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna create a name for me because we kind of like the same thing, but we kind of want different things in the same way. We're like two individuals.
Yeah, right. You have your own ideas of how something works.
So then she's like, well, think of something, and I already had this idea in my mind, but it took me like a little bit to come up with it. So I don't know if you've ever heard of discotheque.
Yes, of course.
Discotheque.
Yeah.
Or like the word that they used to use back in the day for like a disco, right?
When they would go to the disco and the discotheque, of course.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the discotheque.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I got
the name.
I got disco tech, but obviously my idea wasn't necessarily disco.
So it's been 4 years in the making.
Yeah.
And so what was your original thought? How did you the first day of Group Tekka, what was that original idea? What was it?
So I guess I didn't really think of it as a collective until I didn't really start branding it as a collective till probably in last year, 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the name, and I think I did one event with Sugar Free under the name Group Tekka, and then
was it at Bart's?
Probably, yeah.
Bart's is a local bar here in Cat City here in California. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably at Bart Lounge, and then. Yeah, it just kind of developed from there. And a few years, I feel like a few years it was just kind of like sitting around and I was focusing on whatever else I was doing. And then...
And how did you... So where... Man, it's just so interesting. I have so many questions. I don't know where to start. You're really flooding my senses.
I know.
So Group Tekka, the idea was to have a collective of DJs to do what in the Valley?
So my goal is... I think it became more of a goal probably within the last year. That's why... To some people, it seems like it's new, right? Because I've only had like events or nights like on a regular basis, probably within only like the last like 6 months.
Okay.
So
Fairly recent.
I kind of just like fell into these like opportunities of and ideas to like just create. I guess my goal nowadays, and I mean back then we wanted a space. We wanted a space to play like the music that we love.
Yeah.
You know, back then we were doing psytrance, we were doing like, you know, Noemi was doing techno back then, and those are very niche sounds. Those are very like harder sounds to
right.
with.
Like
so,
it's a very specific crowd dedicated to that.
Yeah. So then like we started developing these ideas to do house and techno, and that was in 2019. That was before like the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Before there was like all these new DJs. And anyway, so pandemic.
Right. Last time we talked, 2020 created all these flows of DJs.
Exactly. And there's so many more collectives. And then I started seeing all these collectives, and I'm like, man, like we had these going before, but we just kind of stopped doing them. And like, you know, Noemi's doing her own thing, Sugar Free's doing her own thing. Yeah. And then you know, my idea or my goal now is to create a community. You know, we were working with the venue, and I say we because I say me and the people who I've been like bringing on.
How many DJs do you have under Groove Tekka, the umbrella for now?
I mean, it's not really like an official thing. I would say I've been incorporating or including these like local DJs as part of my team, so to speak. So I think you asked if I have a team. I mean, there's nobody like branding or anything.
Oh, I
in
see.
The sense, but I mean team as in
more so like how many DJs would you say attend the call of Groove Tekka?
So I've been let's see, I keep saying edit that out.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so I have been asking DJs to be a part of Groove Tekka. I guess maybe about that I can think of, maybe 4.
Okay.
Or 5, maybe 4. I would say Femme.
Hey, listen, it's hard to get 2 DJs.
Yeah.
You know. Okay,
exactly.
Femme.
So Femme, he's a newer DJ. Martha Devon, she, you know,
love them both.
She does her own events, but also we've been working together, and I've been having her on Groove Tekka.
Yeah, fantastic.
Alex song.
Love Alex, of course.
I love Alex. I love her vibe.
Yeah.
And I think those 3 I can think of off the top of my head. Jerry, Fifth Element.
Oh, yes, of course. Just recently met him at your last event. Yeah.
He's another one that I've been inviting to DJ like with Groove Tekka. So,
and it feels like, as I understand it, I've gone to a few of the Groove Tekka events, and I know people that have. And the vibe that we get is similar, which I think is the idea, right? That you have this good experience throughout the night, and it's fairly similar. You know, when you go to certain places and there's multiple DJs, you can tell one DJ from the other because they're so broad and apart. But with Groove Tekka, it just feels like a constant, which is really good for some places.
And that's my idea. My idea is to like curate this vibe, curate this energy, and curate and kind of build a community and kind of have everybody be there, you know, DJs like all of us be there. My idea is to have everyone be there and support one another and create a community, and then have the people who are not DJs who want to just come and like dance and like vibe, and that's what I'm trying to create. Yeah, the community, really.
That's fantastic.
That's my goal.
Honestly, it all is very. I mean, it's a tough job to get a lot of people together, but to get individuals in their own profession together is even harder sometimes.
Yeah.
The fact you've been able to kind of do that part and leading it. I mean, and you're such a busy person. Like just getting you here today, I don't even know how we figured this out. That was just a luck of the draw.
I know, I've been busy, yeah.
Well, but it's good to hear that you've been busy. It's good to hear that you put this together. The community definitely probably appreciates you very much for that. And in knowing a little bit more about the past, to ask you one last question about it, where did the name Groove Tekka come from? I know you already said it, but you said it was something else and then you incorporated. Can you explain that a little bit?
So Groove Tekka, I guess I came up with the name because I was, you know, I guess groove is just like, to me it's like, you know, we're grooving and we're having a good time. That's what I mean, obviously if you look it up in the dictionary, it's going to say something else.
Definition,
but to me it's like to groove, to like vibe, and then Tekka kind of came from the word discotheque.
Right. You had said
And so
that.
I just changed
Yeah.
the letter, I think it's
Tekka
Yeah,
instead
so
of
two Ks,
TECH, how it's
and then
spelled.
I added the A to the end.
That's fantastic. And
then
you held dear to the idea of a discotheque because you actually put two disco balls next to it. So
Yeah.
if you know, you know. But it's a discoteca is basically
Yeah,
where you would go
discoteca.
party disco in the 70s.
That's what people would say like back then, like we're gonna go to the discotheque or we're gonna
Right.
go to disco.
Right.
But that was like
That's good
instead
because
of
you
saying,
have
hey,
that
we're
idea.
gonna go to the club, we're gonna go to the discotheque.
Right. Well, there you go. Well,
So-
that's a little bit of the past of that. Well, let's cut to a quick commercial. Are you enjoying your BuzzBox, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh my
Cheers.
God, cheers.
By the way, guys, we're enjoying some BuzzBox. If you haven't had a chance, hear this commercial. Let's go. At every episode, I make sure my guest has my favorite drink in hand, BuzzBox. My favorite is the perfect margarita, and today we invited somebody from headquarters, Alicia, to tell us what her favorite is and why.
Hi, I'm Alicia here at BuzzBox headquarters, and if you ask me what my favorite cocktail is, I'd have to say the Tequila Paloma. From the sweet grapefruit to the zing of the lime, all you have to do is shake the box, pour it over ice, and it's ready to drink. Like having your very own bartender, BuzzBox is ready to serve you.
So if you don't already, follow us on Instagram at The New Mindset OTCB. You'll find our link tree with the direct link to our code for a 20% off on your next purchase.
Wow.
Find your flavor today. Now let's get back to the show. And we're back. So, Annie, that was a segue.
Yeah.
Tell me about the present. So, Group Tekka today is, where can we locate them today?
So I'm doing a lot of things Group Tekka is doing a lot of things at Hunter's nightclub.
For those of you that don't know, Hunter's nightclub is a nightclub in Palm Springs on Arenas Road. It's a fantastic nightclub. It's big.
Yeah,
it has 3 rooms, right?
Right now it's one big room. There was 2 rooms. They knocked down that wall.
Oh yes,
and
yes,
now
yes,
it's
yes.
a huge dance floor, and they got the huge disco ball in the center. And
Which, for those that don't know, here in the Valley, having 2 floors in a building is hard, but having a long one floor is not difficult. But it looks like,
and an LED wall behind you.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
So
it's very beautiful.
Visuals. You got it's like
the visuals are killer.
It's an
We were there
event.
for, if I remember, I went there with my friends. We were all drunk. I don't remember what it was, but you were there playing, and all I remember saying is, "Oh my God, it's Annie on the thing." Man, and you and your DJs just kill it every night. You've been there at Hunters. How did that come about?
Well, I guess I've been working with Hunters on a regular basis lately without Group Tekka in added into it, and the owner asked me if I wanted to do a few things. So I actually have another collective, which we can talk about that later, but that one just started this year, but she asked me to help her with Sundays.
Okay.
And so I did one thing with Group Tekka there on this Sunday. I forget, it was sometime like a few months ago. And then after that, we were doing house music. Obviously, we incorporated a little bit of remixes, but
what was that like?
She decided, it was good. It was really good. Compared to, because when I work at Hunters on the normal night,
Saturdays.
I'm playing like a commercial house set.
Oh yeah.
So I'm playing like a club set rather than like a house music set or like a tech house set or techno set. But so the difference is we were able to incorporate, by permission from her, from the owner, we were able to incorporate like the Groove Tekka sound, which is tech house, a lot of tech house and other house genres. So,
now, have you only had Group Tekka in the Valley? Have you taken it to LA? I know you work in LA sometimes.
I have not yet. I've actually collaborated with another collective in the Inland Empire.
Okay.
They do LA and IE, but I actually had them. We collabed a few times here in Palm Springs.
Okay.
So hopefully soon I can collab and go
take it, and that'd be fun.
But that Sunday when we did at Hunters, it was called the Rehab.
Right. Yes. I remember.
That was like the first one there.
Right.
And it was good. I mean, I like that we were able to bring a different vibe than what Hunters normally is, which is totally nothing wrong with that. But it's just a different vibe, right? We're bringing like the tech house and the house music.
Yeah, well, you're definitely bringing something. I don't know that I want to say fresh. I don't think that's correct. It's more so like something in a new drop.
Yeah.
It's like we were just talking about this. Sometimes things look like it's a repeat, carbon copy of the last thing. So it's good to take that copy and just kind of turn it on its head.
Yeah, and for me, it's like it's about like energy. It's about the people there, and it's about just bringing this kind of like positive vibe and to have like this real community. You know, if you go in, like my goal is to have people just meeting new people and
cool,
and you know, DJ staying for the other DJ sets, not just taking off after, and then like vice versa. Like come a little bit early and then listen to your colleagues and like support one another. And that's you know, and once you know, if you see people having fun, it kind of like you kind of like you're like a magnet, right?
Of course.
The people are like, oh my god, I want to go and like dance with
right, they
people.
just kind of want to be part of it.
Yeah, it's like we're
facing
the DJ and we're like dancing and like really like genuinely
really
having a good time.
Today, what are the requirements to be part of Group Tekka?
Like for DJing?
Yeah.
To DJ? I mean, I would say actually I get messages from a lot of DJs.
Okay.
That they want to come out and that's very like, to me that means a lot, because if someone who doesn't know what Group Tekka is or like what we've done or the events, so you know, to bring in outside DJs, I think I want to kind of capitalize on the locals first.
Got it.
So if someone's a local DJ and they reach out, I probably will put them on the lineup if they can send me a mix, and I know that they can like
do the work,
beat match well, and like and do, you know, and play a set that's going to be what Group Tekka
to par.
Yeah,
right.
You know, we're not obviously like an underground house and techno.
No, you're becoming more known.
Is just like is what obviously our goal is, but it's not there. It's not quite there yet. It's more of like house / electronic dance is how I would define it. So,
would you say that the transition from underground to more, you know, known, or what they call a
commercial house?
Are you making that jump? Or is it happening?
I think it's a mixture, but I think because underground house music inside of a commercial nightclub is just not the easiest thing to do until we build like a following for it, and then we can like gradually go in that direction. You know what I mean? So that's my goal. It's kind of like I'm taking baby steps with. It's
almost like you're underground because people weren't recognizing it, but now that they're recognizing it, you're becoming more known, and it's like.
Underground is basically, for example, underground house and underground tech house or techno, whatever you call it, is basically music that's not in the like top 100 or music that you're not going to hear on the radio, or maybe like
Billboard.
Music that you find from like your DJ or producer friends that they're creating something that's just not out there. Yeah. So.
With that being said, I think going back to it, and I'll go back to the question: what is a requirement?
Okay.
To be part of Group Tekka?
I would say come to the events. Come to the events, and especially because I feel like Group Tekka is not fully established. I have so many goals and so many ideas that I would like to fulfill, especially to like.
Would you say that it's still like a seed in the ground?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's not, you know, I would say it's not like a fully established event. So each one is different, and my goal is to grow it. And I never had that goal before, but I say for right now, that's my goal. And just to reach just to grow the community, if that makes sense.
That does.
So, you know.
Have you thought of incorporating vendors into it? I know it's a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. But
any vendors in mind that you can talk about?
Buzzbox.
Go Buzzbox! Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Woo.
But yeah, of course, I want to do vendors. You know, I would love to. We're doing dancers. Sometimes at Hunters, or no, all the time. Female and male dancers, of course, because it's like it's an LGBT nightclub. So but yeah, vendors, I want to do like performances, anything that's in the creative realm I want to include. But right now I just feel like we're still growing and there's so much more to come.
Just fantastic.
If that makes sense.
It does, because you never know. Once you start exploring that door and opening it a little bit, you really don't know what's going to come through it until you really open it. And it can be scary at first, actually.
Yeah, for sure. So
I don't know. So how prepared are you for those gates to open?
I think I'm prepared. I think I'm good. I think I just need to keep doing it on a regular basis. And then, like I said, It's only been like maybe on a regular basis for like 6 months. So, or maybe less. I don't know.
Probably less, but the point of it is that you started it, you haven't stopped it, and you're continuing to do it.
Yeah. I've been doing it more on a regular basis on the last like few months. So
wow.
Imagine.
Well, before I keep imagining, because we're going to talk about the future, let's go ahead and cut to another commercial. When we come back, let's chat about the future of Group Tekka, where it's going, and what's next for that. How about that?
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We'll be back. This week's episode of The New Mindset is brought to you by RP Insurance. Located here in the Coachella Valley, this company helps you with all the insurance from home, business, car, and more. Are you traveling to Mexico or somewhere else? They're there for you. Here we have Carla Rincon to tell us a little bit more.
Here at RP Insurance, we can help you with your car insurance, registration service, money transfer, bill payments, and more. Visit us at our 3 locations here in the Coachella Valley, Indio, Cathedral City, and Desert Hot Springs. For more information, call us at 760-894-1015.
And we're back. So, the future of Group Tekka, I mean, I'm just sitting here imagining it, and it's really blowing my mind, because I've always had the thought that if you had enough people working together, not only would it create a whole new experience, which is my whole focus is experiences above everything else. I'm sure it's the same for a DJ. You want to give a person that's listening to you for the first time an experience that they want to keep coming back to.
Right.
Well, not only is it that, but you can also help grow, the location you're at, the people that you're working with, and yourself as a person putting all these together. So what does the future look like to Group Tekka?
The future?
Yeah, what do you think of it?
I would say just bigger, I don't say bigger productions, but maybe like you mentioned, like vendors, more performers. And after the locals, then maybe bringing in like different DJs from out of town, or maybe a bigger, someone who's a producer, someone who has, X amount of like original tracks out, someone that you would see like at a small festival or a big festival.
Yeah. What is your craziest idea you haven't been able to put out there, but you have it on paper?
You know what? I never even had the idea of doing events before, but it's just kind of like I mentioned, the venue asked me to do this, and then I had this idea just for a community. But I guess sky's the limit.
Wow. You have any idea on paper that you want to pitch out there?
Well, I mean, I guess my ideas right now are doing collaborations with other collectives. So I was actually talking to somebody else that has a collective, and we were talking about doing a techno event, which I haven't done any techno events under only Group Tekka. I've done collabs, obviously, before it was Group Tekka, when we were doing Concept.
Okay.
Back in like 2019.
Concept with a K.
Concept with a K, yeah. But yeah, those are my ideas right now, is to collab with other collectives. Yeah. Of course. Maybe even, multiple at the same time.
Yeah.
Because lots of collectives in LA and the Inland Empire are doing that. And I'm like, if they can do these like amazing, like I went to this event and it was house and techno. There was one house room, one techno room downstairs. And I love the techno room. And I'm like, why, I always say, why can't we have something like this in the Valley? But it's, we can. We got to build it. For me, that's why I kind of had this idea to do this. And that's why I'm going with it, is because we don't really have this here yet.
Not yet. No, that's true. That's right.
And
You're right.
I told Femme, I was like, why do all these other cities get to have these like dope, amazing like events, but I want this here. Like, we're gonna have it. We're gonna have it soon, you know?
How far away are you from creating an event like that? Are you around the corner, or are you like down the
I
street?
think it just takes time. I think it takes planning, you know, because I mean, there are other collectives in here, but they also do stuff in LA. So they're LA and the desert.
So having
And
both, so difficult.
they do true like underground. You know, I just went to one and I was there like dancing for Sugar Free set, and Alex was DJing. Everything is Nothing was DJing. So
you were a dancer there?
No, like.
Oh, okay. Oh, what? Wait a minute.
Oh my God, I'm the worst dancer. If someone hired me as a go-go dancer, I would be like fired right now. No, I wasn't dancing like professionally. It was like meaning like
my gosh.
I went, but
that's great. I just imagine you dancing for some reason. I just saw you doing the cat dance a little.
Meaning I went.
Oh no.
When I wasn't DJing, but I was there like in the crowd, right?
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
That's oh my gosh. That's so oh my gosh, that's so funny.
So that was that was a collect. That was Sound Factory, do LA, and a lot of in LA, a little bit in Palm Springs, and then they were collabing with Femme, who I got to DJ for like 2 weeks ago in LA and like a downtown LA warehouse. So I'm bringing that up because like, yeah, I would definitely love to collab with whoever. I think I was talking to Sugar Free about doing so. I mean, I've been talking to her about doing something. So if you're listening,
let's make it happen now.
So yeah, so
today's the day.
Hopefully that collab will come about, and if not, another collab and another event.
I mean, honestly, as you continue down the path, the New Mindset experience. So I don't know. I don't think you weren't here. I know you would have been there. The New Mindset experience is something I wanted to bring out. I wanted people that listen to the podcast to be able to experience what it's like to be in the podcast with all this craziness that happens. Yeah. Even us having a conversation of how it just kind of doesn't stop, and actually experience it in a club setting. Yeah. And so like we did that.
Yes.
I wish you would have been there.
Yes.
You know what happened? I brought the house down. First off, we weren't expecting so many people there. It would have been great if you were there.
You're talking about Copa?
Oh yeah. Okay. We were at Copa.
Okay.
We brought the house down. We were all these people. 10:30 p.m. Annie Flores. Guess what happened at 10:30? That's the first time people want to leave is an hour and 30 minutes after they've been there.
Yeah.
We brought on gifts for them. You were there, you got a gift. If you were sitting at a table or standing on you got a gift at 10:30.
Okay.
At 11, you got foam sticks that turned on little lights. So, okay.
Okay.
Then at 12, the big boxes of gifts came out. So you never knew who was going to get one. People just got them at random. Yeah. And right at 1 a.m., we did the last of the gift giveaways. So throughout the whole night, people kept getting boxes and bags and boxes and lights. And no matter what happened throughout the whole night, almost every hour, every 30, 40 minutes, we'd be giving something up.
Nice.
I wish you would have been there. Because that experience, I think you can experience at Group Tekka with just music. It's just such a switch.
Yeah.
That you're always stuck in the same spot. And it doesn't feel like you're stuck. It feels like you're enjoying a new experience every 30, 40 minutes when a new DJ comes up. That, I get you. You way more than you think.
True. I told you about the event at Hunter's, the first one, the Rehab Sunday one.
Yeah. How was that?
I had one. It was good, but so it was like during the day. It was like a weird.
Okay.
It was not weird hours, but it was different hours than nighttime. It was like, I don't know, 4 p.m. to like midnight or.
Okay.
I don't even remember, but it was not like 9 to 2 a.m.
Right,
like,
as you're used to, yeah.
And then we had one last Thursday. So I'm pretty sure you saw. I don't know if you saw the promo for that. So,
I did see it.
So I named it the pre-show because it was right before
Coachella.
Right? Yes, before Coachella weekend. So I had like myself plus 9 other DJs, I believe, or 8 other DJs. I'm not sure. So after that night, I told them, I was like, my favorite part was seeing like and hearing everybody's set. Like you were explaining, like it's an experience.
It is.
And it's like, it's cool to see them like curate their sets and to see what they come up with and to like hear it all.
You know something cool I'm pitching something to Group Tekka. Something cool that Martha Devonay, I know that's not, that's what I call her.
I love Martha.
She
She's
does
so sweet.
something that I love. She goes live through her set. And you know what that does?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm sitting here at home or sitting wherever I'm at.
Yeah.
And I'll turn on and I'll see that she's live and it's her set.
Yeah.
So I'll just put it on the screen, any screen. I don't care where I'm at.
Nice.
Sorry to the clubs. I've done it to them. It is what it is. And there's something. I'm not there, but I feel like I'm there. I'm there. And obviously Coachella understood this and they did that for, you know, new to them. Pitching to you to do that more often because more often than not, I would love to, if you went live.
You know what?
Oh, forget it. So many people will go live with you
this is where I need
just listening to you play. Oh, that is my absolute.
That's a good
I don't
idea.
speak for myself. I speak for my team.
That's a good idea.
Melanie, Melissa, my creative director, Stephanie, my editor-in-chief, Mark, my web designer. We all love your music. So when you're playing, we've all been at your place when you play, and we like. Trust me, at least you have 8 set of eyeballs looking at you, listening to you. At the very least,
right?
You will be there from our home, listening to you, enjoying it because you're that good. But if you're that good, and I know you're that good, and you can get DJs that are as good as you, I'll listen the whole night. And you never know.
Good idea. You know
you never know.
This is where I need a team because the production side of that, like, if I were to do that, I would want it to be legit. Like Martha's amazing, and what she does is cool. And I know I always forget to record my life, but I mean, if I could take this idea and get, you know, lighting and make it legit.
Oh, that's
and get like
girl, that's easy. Call the new mindset.
Sound, you know
I hear they know how to do that.
Right?
I don't know 100%.
Because
but
that's a good idea.
I would just say that think about it for your future projects, but people will tune in to listen to you and your DJs play their sets because sometimes even at different ages, there's parents that sit at home and they're like with their kids, but they like listen to it in the background.
True, They're like, what is this?
All those eyes
music
could equal to something you don't know yet.
Actually, the last time I went live, I used to do a lot of lives during the pandemic, obviously, but the last time I went live I was in Germany.
Oh, I know.
And my girlfriend Nicole was like, "Did you see it?" She was
like,
I
was there.
don't know. So if it was what 2 a.m. there? What time was it?
No, it was in the morning.
It was in the morning?
Oh, yeah.
So she's like, should I record a live? And I was like, yeah, but just a few minutes. Because I wanted to give
it was very light.
I wanted to give like a sneak peek.
But how many people did you get?
Maybe like a few. I don't know. I asked her maybe. Yeah, not like hundreds or anything. But because it was only like...
I think it's because you've only played for a little bit.
Yeah, because
I think if you would have gone... Oh, yeah.
It was only like 7, like less than 10 minutes.
And you know what? People are going to pitch your ideas all day. And it's up to you to pick up whatever you want to pick up. But something like that is worthwhile if the big names are doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe the Valley needs something like that in
live
order
streams,
to get, you know.
I miss live streams. Because me and Noemi, Sugar Free, used to do a lot of live streams.
Through the pandemic.
Yeah, through the pandemic. We were doing them on Facebook before they got like
banned. Oh, right.
Mm-hmm. And then we did like a few on Twitch. But they're fun. Funny. It's fun. It's different.
So if I'm playing Fortnite, I can listen to your stuff.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, guys. Well, let me cut to the last commercial. When we come back, we've been here 32 minutes.
Nice.
That's insane.
Only 30 minutes?
I can't imagine that. Only. Let's come back. When we come back, final thoughts.
Okay.
It's been fantastic to have you back, and we'll close out.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You're babysitting. I want people to know Annie's babysitting. We'll be back. Coachella Valley, Jose here for the New Mindset. We're so excited to bring you our 4th of July event to the Village in Palm Springs. We've been having events there all month long, and we have Lexi here to tell you a bit more about that.
Hey guys, Lexi here. So let me tell you about the experiences with the New Mindset at the Village. Let's go! From the drinks to the dance floor, the atmosphere, it's always a hit. With different events from Monday to Sunday, there's never a miss. We'll see you at the next event. Stay tuned for more.
And we're back. Annie.
Yes.
Final thoughts. Group Tekka, fantastic idea. I'm so glad that you got this collective of people and that you're pushing through. It gets daunting. It gets really daunting. What do you do? What do you think about? How do you keep pushing forward? Tell us about it.
I keep moving forward. No, Like, what do I do to take breaks, or what do I do to like recoup, or
What do you do to make it happen?
make it happen?
Yeah.
Like the nights or the ideas? Or-
Overall, everything put together.
I guess, like I said, this last year, Hunters asked me to do a few things with them, and I think because of that, it kind of like gave me more motivation and more ideas, especially because like Hunters is an amazing venue.
Yeah.
And I know nothing lasts forever.
Correct.
I'd
You never know.
definitely be open to doing them at other places, and especially if it's techno, we might need a different venue.
Yeah.
But I'm always going to be grateful for the opportunities that I've had at the venues that I've been at, especially.
Well, I'm
here
sure
in
the
the Valley.
connections you've created will aid you. Something I've always known about you is that you're a force of good. So where you've gone, you've created good, and good always comes back to help you.
Yeah.
So far as I know.
Yeah.
Good image.
Yes.
Your PR should be
So, I don't
in
know-
love with you.
I don't know if that answers your question, but
It kind of does.
does it?
It helps me help others because
Okay.
that's kind of it. You're right. I think it's getting up, doing it, pushing forward, going to the right venue at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely.
How you found that.
Taking the opportunity that I was given and making something. with
That's it. That's the
You know
one.
what I mean?
Wherever that opportunity came,
Because-
you took it.
Yeah, because
Other people didn't.
because they asked me, and I said, "Well, I'll do this if I can do house music, or if I can make it,
Yep.
even though I don't want to say they were opposed to it, but it's like it's different than what they normally offer, right? They're like pop, dance, commercial house.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll do this if I can make it house music. And
Well, there's
tech
also the
house.
fact that your music blends. Listen, I've heard of your mixes. I've heard them. And you know what you're doing because there's some DJs. We've talked about this in the past. We talked about this in the last episode. There's some DJs that play the music and it sounds the same no matter what. But yours has something to it that I like.
And the
I would
beauty-
compare you to the Oro or better.
Yes, Dioro.
To be honest with you. Like that's where I would compare you or better, honestly.
But the beauty, thank you. That means a lot.
100%.
I was gonna say the beauty with like tech house these days and like house these days are that there are like so many edits and so many remixes that these amazing producers have made, and you might hear like this hip hop vocal or like 90s song from 1993, but it's in a house.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a fresh.
I love Pedro.
It's like a
Pedro.
Yeah, so it's like a fresh twist, a fresh sound.
Oh yeah.
But you're still getting that upbeat, like fun, like housey track.
Yeah.
And I think that's a beautiful thing. And I think with Group Tekka, like a lot of the DJs, a lot of us do that. We add in those edits. If they're not making their own, they're finding their favorite producer and finding this edit. Like
that's fantastic.
So I think it makes it fun.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I think that does matter. It helps a lot. I mean, the people that need to hear it will hear it.
Yeah.
Really, that's what it's come down to. But well, I do want to thank you for your time today. I do want to say, keep pushing forward. There's a lot of projects. I do hope that the New Mindset and Group Tekka can collaborate in a few projects coming up.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk about that off the books.
Yes.
Well, to the rest of you, thank you for tuning in one more time. We want to say thank you to our sponsor, BuzzBox. We just recently partnered up with them to bring an event to the Valley. It's going to be pretty insane. It's called Scream, but we'll talk about that later on. And actually, you saw the trailer for Scream. What do you think?
It looks fun.
It's going to be crazy. And it's in May.
So it's like
it's Halloween in May. Could you believe
Halloween in May, yeah.
It's going to be insane.
Like the Christmas in July, but Halloween in May.
Oh, that's our tagline. I just found our tagline thanks to Flores. Now she has to be the DJ for that.
You know what? I get some creative ideas and I'm just like, boom.
You see? Oh, you got to write it down.
Yeah.
Do you keep a sketchbook by your bed when you wake up and like, oh, I got to write this down?
Actually, I use my notepad in my phone.
Oh, I do that.
And
yeah.
Like if there's ideas.
Hey Siri, take this idea down. And then she doesn't.
Yeah. And then she doesn't.
She doesn't. Well, that's been a fantastic time. Thank you for everything. We do appreciate you coming back. And man, great part 2. Let's come back for a part 3. How's that sound?
Yeah, I got a
There
lot.
you go.
I got a lot lot to say.
Oh, we haven't even we're scratching the surface.
I didn't even get to tell you about my second collective.
No, you see,
What?
Here we go. We're gonna save that for next time. Thank you all for listening. We're gonna come back to this. Y'all have a great time. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you for having me.